Apple has just released their new game subscription service, Apple Arcade. A curated list of games that can be played across iOS, Mac, and Apple TV if you pay a monthly fee. It brings with it a whole stack of brand new games, so we thought we'd check a few out.
It's almost hard to know where to start, but as soon as I saw Projection First Light, I was instantly intrigued. This shadow puppet-styled platformer has a twist. Instead of just jumping through a level, you use an orb of light to cast shadows. These dark areas create silhouetted platforms on a 2D plane, allowing you to find creative ways to get from A to B. Plus, it adds a cool twist to that classic platforming formula by adding in those fun puzzling elements. I really like this idea. You play as a young girl who seems to accidentally cause trouble wherever she goes. After getting sent to her room for her antics, she follows the ball of light on an adventure across different worlds. The game is visually stunning. I just love that shadow puppet aesthetic. It also draws inspiration from cultures that historically use shadow play as a form of entertainment, which I thought was pretty cool to see. I particularly love the intricate design of the Indonesian puppets. Unfortunately, the game lacks a little bit of polish. It's all too easy to get stuck in shadows, and shadow placement often feels fiddly.
If things are feeling finicky, you can play with a normal console controller over Bluetooth.
Yeah, we found it really easy to set up, and it worked well.
I definitely recommend playing Projection First Light with the controller if you can, because it really helps you to control the orb and your character together a little more precisely. But even if you don't, the game's rich atmosphere should keep you invested. New challenges are drip-fed in to keep things interesting, allowing you to build on the knowledge and skills you've already developed. I just thought the story was told a little too abstractly. The shadow concept is so cool to me though, and even better, it was made by an Aussie studio. So I'm giving Projection First Light 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens. What'd you play, Will?
Well, ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball, so I was drawn to one called the Pinball Wizard. You play as a round little wizard who is trying to get to the top of the tower and restore power to a peacekeeping eye. To do this, you'll need to defeat a series of levels using yourself as a human pinball.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
That's the price of world peace, Gem.
Indeed. The levels are quite small and simple, with a variety of different monsters to bounce into and defeat. Eventually, one of these monsters will drop a key that unlocks the door to the next level. Pick it up and a countdown starts to automatically advance you forward. This adds a bit of strategy because you can opt to either aim for the door and keep climbing, or stick around and try to gather some XP points and treasure. The witchy ball feels like it moves differently to a traditional pinball, frequently opting to run back towards the bottom of the screen. It doesn't exactly feel like the ball is heavy, more that it has a mind of its own. It does take a little to get used to, but it was refreshing to have a different version of pinball. The other way they've switched things up is by making this an RPG. After each run, the XP and treasure you've collected is added up, allowing you to level up to become stronger and progress further. There's also special abilities you can unlock and upgrade. For example, you can gain health from defeating enemies, or shoot an orb of light that bounces around like a second ball. This was really handy for dealing damage or collecting resources from barrels scattered across the level, but my favorite has to be the dash. This catapults you forward, dealing extra damage, and allows you to change the direction you're traveling. Not only did it make the game more fun because it gave me more control, but it also got me out of some tricky situations as well. Timing it well enough to bring yourself back from certain doom feels very, very satisfying. We've seen a few of these pinball with a twist games recently, and I think it's a fun revival of a classic genre. I had a bunch of fun with this, so I'm giving the Pinball Wizard 4 out of 5 rubber chickens. What about you, Rat?
Oh, well, while you were busy crashing into things as a pinball sorcerer, I was busy fixing things in the thoughtful puzzle game Assemble with Care. You play as an antiques restorer named Maria, who comes to a small sun-soaked town named Bellariva. Here she meets all sorts of characters who have broken things that need fixing. You'll be commissioned with repairing all sorts of things, from a simple tape, to a cute music box, to a handheld gaming console. Whatever you're fixing though, the gameplay remains the same. You basically pull everything apart, replace any broken components, and then put it all back together.
I can't afford to replace it.
It's quite straightforward with things snapping into place rather easily, but you will still need to use a bit of brain power from time to time. For the most part, it's a really lovely, gentle experience of clear and logical problem solving, combined with a healthy dose of trial and error. It's extremely satisfying to tinker with and repair these items. I could have fixed 100 more things.
I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something. before she starts to forget.
As you repair these often sentimental objects, you talk with the people who own them and gain some insight into their significance. I really liked this story. It was clearly and simply told, but it had a lot of heart to it. You see, as Maria's rebuilding these items, she's also inadvertently rebuilding relationships between people.
Oh, I get a little sappy there, Rad. That's not like you.
It was nice. I think that sometimes narratives often go along the lines of saying, don't worry about worldly possessions, worry about people. Which isn't a bad moral, but the game also recognizes how sentimental and meaningful physical objects can be, and I really liked that. Plus, it made me want to go fix things in real life. I'm giving Assemble with Care 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Well, that was a look at some of the games we enjoyed on the Apple Arcade. Some are exclusive to the platform, but others, like Projection First Light, will be coming to other platforms too.
Kind of want to go to an actual arcade now.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's go to an arcade.